What if I told you that some of the most powerful kidney cleaning medicines on the planet are growing wild in your backyard, in the cracks of your sidewalk, and along the roadside ditches you drive past every single day? Plants that cost nothing. Plants that have been quietly dissolving kidney stones, flushing toxins, and protecting your kidneys from the kind of slow, silent damage that builds up over decades of eating processed food and drinking too little water. Most people don't know this. While we're all running to the drugstore looking for kidney support supplements that cost $40 or $50 a bottle, there are weeds literally growing in our gardens right now that have centuries of documented use and real clinical evidence supporting their ability to clean, protect, and heal the kidneys. And today I'm going to show you 4 of them. 4 weeds that doctors actually grow in their own gardens, quietly use for themselves and their families, but almost never mention to patients sitting in the examination room. Stick around, because number 2 on this list literally stings when you touch it. That sting is the plant's signature. And number 1, the plant I saved for last, is 350 million years old. Watch the dinosaurs come and go, and contains the highest natural silica concentration of any plant on Earth. Modern research confirms it rebuilds the kidney's basement membrane and pulls heavy metals like aluminum straight out of your body. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because we post new videos every single week that will save you money, empower you to take real charge of your health, and reconnect you with extraordinary healing knowledge that the modern pharmaceutical industry has spent decades trying to make you forget. This is Homestead Roots, and we believe the most powerful medicine in the world is already growing at your feet. So let's get into it. Here are the 4 forgotten kidney cleaning weeds that doctors pull from their own gardens, but won't tell you about. Ranked from impressive to absolutely life-changing, starting general and getting more specific, more powerful, and more surprising with every plant. Number 4. Dandelion, Taraxacum officinale. The forbidden lawn enemy. Let's start with a plant so universally hated that most people spend more money trying to kill it than they spend on kidney health supplements. Dandelion, Taraxacum officinale. People spray Roundup on it. They pay lawn companies to eradicate it. And the whole time, they are destroying one of the most effective kidney surface cleansing medicines that grows in the temperate world. Not a rare Himalayan root. The weed you've been trying to kill since you bought your first house. For centuries, dandelion was not a weed. European settlers brought it deliberately to North America. Traditional healers in China, India, and Europe used every part of the plant, root, leaf, and flower for liver support and kidney flushing. And dandelion is extraordinarily good at supporting exactly that process. Here's the kidney science. A pilot study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine confirmed dandelion leaf extract produced a statistically significant increase in urination frequency and volume in human subjects. But here's what makes dandelion different from pharmaceutical diuretics. Prescription diuretics cause potassium depletion. Dandelion leaves are one of the highest potassium sources in the plant kingdom. The plant replaces the exact mineral its diuretic action depletes. It self-corrects its own side effect. The root goes deeper. Dandelion root stimulates bile production and liver detoxification. When liver function is sluggish, unprocessed toxins overflow into the bloodstream in forms kidneys were never designed to filter. Long-term liver stress becomes long-term kidney overburden. Dandelion root addresses the problem upstream before it reaches the kidney. The flowers, often ignored entirely, are packed with antioxidant polyphenols and carotenoids that protect kidney cells from oxidative damage, the slow cellular deterioration that silently erodes kidney function over years without any obvious symptoms until it is too late. Dandelion flushes the surface. But for the deeper level, for the kidneys to be purged of accumulated debris and small crystalline deposits, we need the next plant. And that plant has a completely different job. One critical note. Never harvest dandelion from sprayed lawns or roadsides. Grow your own from untreated seed or buy certified organic. Source genuinely matters. Dandelion got forgotten because we declared war on weeds. We spent billions eradicating from our lawns a kidney medicine that grows back every spring, no matter how many times you spray it. Number 3. Goldenrod, Solidago virgorea. The Amish renal flush. Number 3 is a plant most people mistake for ragweed and dismiss as an allergy trigger. They are wrong. Goldenrod does not cause hay fever. Ragweed does. But they bloom at the same time, which is why most people walk right past one of the most powerful kidney-flushing herbs growing in the American countryside without a second thought. Goldenrod, Solidago virgorea, the tall plant with bright yellow flower plumes that fills fields and roadsides every August and September. Pennsylvania Amish communities have been drinking it every spring for generations as a renal flush, going into the architecture of the kidney and pulling out what has accumulated there. Not surface cleansing, something deeper. Here is what makes goldenrod remarkable. German Commission E, one of the most rigorous herbal medicine regulatory bodies in the world, officially approved goldenrod for treating kidney and urinary tract inflammation, increasing urinary output, and preventing kidney stone formation. When Germany's Scientific Herbal Commission approves something, that is not folk medicine. That is regulated, evidence-reviewed botanical medicine. Anti-lithic is the technical term, meaning it actively works against stone formation and helps break down small deposits already formed. The active compounds include saponins, flavonoids, particularly quercetin, and phenolic acids. The saponins produce the deep flushing action traditional healers called renal lavage. Quercetin reduces the low-grade inflammation that silently damages kidney tissue over time. The combined effect is something no single pharmaceutical compound achieves: increased urinary output, reduced renal inflammation, and active interference with kidney stone formation simultaneously. Modern clinical research supports this. A 2014 study found that goldenrod extract significantly increased urine flow, reduced markers of urinary tract inflammation, and showed antispasmodic effects on the urinary tract muscles, which matters enormously for passing small stones and crystalline deposits that would otherwise remain trapped. This is the plant for someone who has already developed small kidney stones or early crystal deposits. Where dandelion keeps the system flowing cleanly, goldenrod goes in and actually works on dislodging what has already settled. Traditional preparation is simple: 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried goldenrod per cup of boiling water, steeped for 10 minutes, drunk 2 to 3 times daily for 2 to 4 weeks in spring and fall. The taste is pleasant, slightly sweet and aromatic. The Amish traditionally drink it slightly warm before breakfast. One important note: goldenrod should not be used for serious kidney disease without medical supervision. For healthy or mildly stressed kidneys, it is extremely safe, but if kidneys are significantly impaired, the flushing action needs to be monitored. Goldenrod got forgotten because it looks like ragweed, grows wild, and pharmaceutical companies had no incentive to fund research into a weed that grows freely along every roadside in America. The Amish families who have been drinking it every spring for 200 years never forgot. They just never had a platform to tell everyone else. The stones have been loosened. But what about the glomerular filter itself, the membrane that keeps protein in your blood? For that, you need a plant that literally stings. Number 2, stinging nettle, Urtica dioica, the filter of life. Now we get to a plant that announces itself before you identify it. You discover stinging nettle not by reading about it, but by brushing your arm against it and feeling that immediate burning sting from trichomes that inject formic acid, histamine, and acetylcholine directly into your skin. That sting is not a flaw. It is the plant's signature. And the same compounds are deeply connected to what this plant does for your kidneys that no other herb on this list can do. Stinging nettle has been used as a kidney medicine for over 3,000 years across ancient Egypt, Rome, Persia, Ayurvedic India, Chinese medicine, and European herbalism. Every major healing tradition independently identified this plant for the kidneys. That cross-cultural convergence is not coincidence. It is 3,000 years of empirical observation arriving at the same conclusion. Where dandelion flushes and goldenrod dislodges stones, nettle works on the glomerular filter, the microscopic membrane inside each nephron separating waste from the proteins that must stay in your bloodstream. When this filter is inflamed, protein leaks into the urine, one of the earliest warning signs of kidney damage. Nettle compounds actively reduce inflammation in this filter and strengthen its structural integrity. A 2013 study in the Iranian Journal of Kidney Diseases found statistically significant improvement in multiple kidney function markers in actual chronic kidney disease patients. The diuretic effect is also well established, with nettle appearing to act directly on kidney filtration structures rather than just general fluid stimulation. But the most dramatic finding involves uric acid. Uric acid causes gout and a specific type of kidney stone. Stinging nettle has been shown to reduce serum uric acid levels and increase its excretion through the urine. For anyone dealing with gout, high uric acid or uric acid stones, nettle addresses the precise biochemical problem at its source. The sting disappears completely with heat. Blanch fresh spring nettles for 60 seconds, and they become entirely harmless, with a flavor similar to cooked spinach. Eating them is not just kidney treatment. It is one of the most nutritionally complete spring vegetables available, loaded with iron, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins K and C. Traditional communities ate nettles as food. The kidney benefits were simply what happened when you ate real food from your own land. Dried nettle tea, 1 to 2 teaspoons per cup steeped for 10 to 15 minutes, drunk 2 to 3 times daily, is the most convenient year-round option. The flavor is earthy and mineral, genuinely pleasant once you know what to expect. Tinctures and standardized extracts are also available for those who want consistent dosing. The filter is strengthened, the uric acid is neutralized. But now we go to the very foundation, the basement membrane, the structural architecture everything else depends on. For that, we need the oldest plant on this list, the one doing this job since before mammals existed. Number 1. Horsetail, Equisetum arvense. The bone knitter and kidney rebuilder. And here we are. The plant I have been building toward this entire video. The grand reveal. The one that represents something no other plant on this list can offer, because no other plant on this list is 350 million years old. Horsetail, Equisetum arvense, 350 million years old. This plant grew in prehistoric forests before the first dinosaurs appeared. It survived the mass extinction that killed them. It survived every ice age and continental shift. And today, it still grows in exactly the same form. Those distinctive, jointed, segmented stems that look like something from another world. Because in a very real sense, they are. Native Americans called it the bone knitter, because it seemed to help the body repair its deepest structural tissues. Bones, connective tissue, the dense internal architecture other plants cannot reach. Modern research has now confirmed in biochemical analysis exactly why. It comes down to something no other plant on Earth concentrates in the same way. Orthosilicic acid, natural bioavailable silica. Horsetail contains the highest concentration of any plant ever measured. This is not the silica in sand. It is the water-soluble, biologically active form the human body can absorb and use. And what it does inside the kidney is something no other plant on this list can do. It rebuilds the kidney's basement membrane. The basement membrane is the foundational structural layer of the glomerulus, the filtration unit inside each kidney nephron. When it deteriorates through years of oxidative stress, high blood pressure, or environmental toxins, kidney function declines in ways no amount of flushing or anti-inflammatory action can reverse. This is the mechanism behind the silent kidney decline that affects millions without symptoms until function has already significantly dropped. Orthosilicic acid stimulates collagen and structural protein synthesis in the basement membrane. It provides the raw material for rebuilding the kidney's foundational architecture. A 2014 clinical trial found horsetail produced diuretic effects comparable to the pharmaceutical hydrochlorothiazide but without electrolyte disruption. But the diuretic effect is almost secondary to the structural rebuilding. That capability is what puts horsetail at number 1. Research has confirmed that horsetail's silica compounds chelate heavy metals, particularly aluminum, pulling them out of tissue and facilitating their excretion. We live saturated in aluminum. Cookware, food packaging, antiperspirants, antacids, environmental pollution. Aluminum accumulates in kidney tissue and contributes to structural deterioration. Horsetail is one of the very few plants confirmed to actively extract it. Dried horsetail stems, 1 to 2 teaspoons, simmered for 15 minutes, drunk 2 to 3 times daily. Herbalists used it in spring and fall for 4 to 6 week sessions with breaks between. It is a deep structural restoration, not a quick fix. Like any structural work, it takes time to show its full effect. One important caution: horsetail should not be used during pregnancy. It should not be used continuously without breaks, because the plant contains an enzyme that can deplete B vitamins with prolonged heavy use. Use it in cycles of a few weeks on, a few weeks off, or use commercial preparations where this enzyme has been deactivated through the extraction process. For people with established serious kidney disease, consult a physician before use. The doctors who grow horsetail in their own gardens are not just trying to prevent kidney stones or flush waste. They are maintaining the foundational architecture of the organ that filters their blood 180 liters every single day. They are providing their kidneys with the one compound, bioavailable silica, that almost no modern diet provides in adequate quantities. 350 million years of survival, a plant that outlasted every mass extinction and ice age the Earth has ever thrown at it. And it contains exactly what your kidneys need to rebuild themselves from the inside out. It is growing right now in damp soil along stream banks and wet meadows, jointed and segmented and ancient, looking like nothing else in the plant kingdom. It has been waiting 350 million years for you to remember it exists. So there you have it. The dandelion they spray Roundup on, the goldenrod mistaken for ragweed, the stinging nettle children are taught to avoid, the prehistoric horsetail everyone walks right past. 4 free medicines, 4 forgotten kidney healers growing right now in fields and gardens everywhere. These are plants with identified active compounds, documented mechanisms of action, and in several cases, peer-reviewed human clinical trial data. The doctors who grow them know this. The researchers who study them know this. Now you know it too. If you found this valuable, hit that like button right now. Leave a comment telling me which of these 4 plants surprised you most. Was it the dandelion you've been spraying Roundup on for years without knowing it was your kidney's best friend? The goldenrod everyone mistakes for ragweed while the Amish have been quietly flushing their kidneys with it every spring for 200 years. The stinging nettle that neutralizes uric acid and strengthens the kidney's own filtration barrier? Or horsetail, the 350 million-year-old living fossil that rebuilds the basement membrane and pulls aluminum out of your body? I read every single comment and I genuinely love hearing from this community, and if you haven't subscribed to Homestead Roots yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. We're building a community of people who refuse to believe the only medicine worth using is the kind that comes with a prescription and a list of side effects as long as your arm. The plants are still out there, still growing, still working, and they have been waiting far longer than 3,000 years for you to remember. This content is for educational purposes only. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider before beginning any herbal protocol, particularly if you have existing kidney disease, are taking medications, or are pregnant or breastfeeding.